Hey guys, I'm Martin and welcome to Mashups, where we take two of your favorite dishes and try to turn them into one crave-worthy dessert.
Sobrang kalat.
Right, so for today, I've been thinking of making a rendition of Buko pie. So, of course, best partner ni Buko for me is Pandan. Ngayon, inisip ko, what if lagyan ko lang siya ng gulaman na green dun sa Buko pie? I feel like it's not enough. I'm planning on making the standard Buko pie, pero yung itatopping natin sa kanya, we'll try to make a Pandan Mousse. Let's start! For the pie though, it's just gonna be 3 ingredients. Hindi natin siya lalagyan ng salt or sugar kasi medyo matamis yung gagawin natin filling. It's gonna be all-purpose flour and cold unsalted butter. So, straight from the fridge siya. So, what I want to do is coat my butter with some flour. Keep rubbing it in. See? At this stage, you can still see na meron siyang bits of butter. Diba? Hindi siya parang tunaw. So the next step is to put our cold water in. I actually have a total of 1/3 cup ice cold water. So ito, pwedeng 1 tablespoon lang magamit natin. Pwedeng 2, pwedeng 3. Kasi ang gusto lang natin is to have enough of the water to keep things together. So, tablespoon of water. Unti-unti lang. So I have a dough. Now it's time to rest this for 15 minutes sa ref. Pero before that, kailangan natin siyang i-wrap. Place your saran wrap here or parchment paper. Paglagay natin itong dough, let's form it into a disc, di ba? So para pag ni-roll out natin later, it will require less time and less effort for you. Okay. So when we wrap our dough, we want it to be airtight. Then, we're gonna chill it in the fridge for around 15 minutes or hanggang sa mag-set yung butter, ma-fully hydrate yung dough mo. It's just gonna be easier to roll when you rest it. Itong filling natin requires only 5... My God, I can't do this anymore. Like the tricycle drivers are so unprofessional. Wag na lang. Okay, so for the buko filling, we want it to cool down. So while we're chilling the dough, we're gonna make the buko filling with just 5 ingredients. Actually, pwede natin ito i-shortcut to 4. Instead of evaporated milk and sugar, you can actually just go for condensed milk. Pero tayo, we're not gonna do that. Okay? So, buko juice first. And next is our evaporated milk. So next, we're gonna add some white sugar. Mix it until it's dissolved. Di nyo siya kailangan antayin kumulo. Next is the coconut meat. Lagyan natin. We're not going for malauhog or the one that they use for yung buko juice na yung mga drinks na sinaserve, yung sobrang young coconut. We're not going for the makunat type. When you slice the pie, you're able to slice the crust along with the filling. Okay? Right. So lalagay na natin yung cornstarch natin for our thickener. Okay na yung texture niya. This is good to go, thick enough. It's not gonna seep through your dough. The reason why we mixed everything together, almost everything in the beginning, is kasi gusto natin ma-cook off yung aftertaste ng cornstarch. See? It's super thick. Lalo na pag nag-set to. So, cool down lang natin to sa side. This is called a pie mold. If you notice, it's around 1.5 inches tall. So, gusto natin, whenever we roll out our dough, it's like 2 inches above the diameter. But before I place my dough in here, I'm gonna dust my flat surface. Right? Lightly dust. Here's our dough. Right. So pati yung rolling pin natin, we're going to dust with flour. You know what? Kailangan ko ng assistance. Quick tip. Para hindi na tayo masyadong magsayang ng flour. Nakalimutan ko meron pala akong silicone mat so that I can just do this to roll out your dough. Charan. See? So, supposedly less messy. And try to keep my dough together. Dough. Don't give up. Don't give. Yeah. Okay. So, a bit bigger, but it's okay. You can just go ahead and trim it later. So I'm done crimping the dough. Hindi ko na siya masyado nilagyan ng art. No need to dock your dough. Hindi to mapupuno ng filling again because we're going to put the pandan mousse later. So solid na talaga siya. Just spread it evenly. Put this aside. Yung mga exposed na parts of the shell, yun ang idadock natin. And by dock, using a fork, just gonna poke it all around. Para kapag just in case may steam na ma-form, ma-release siya agad at hindi lumobo yung tart shell natin. Yan. Gusto nyo ganyan lang, lightly dock all the sides. Salang natin to in a preheated oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. It's just gonna take 15-18 minutes or even 20. Gusto lang natin is mag-golden brown yung crust. Yeah, so our crust is fully baked, all golden brown and all. It's not really that puffy because of the docking. Wala masyadong steam, walang nagbubble, we're good. And while I was waiting for that to bake, I wasn't able to show you guys. Nagpakulo ako ng 3 dahon ng pandan in just 1 cup of water kasi I'm just gonna need like less than half. And just to measure it, lalagay ko sa heat-proof bowl. Tapos, dito sa pandan water, this is where we are going to bloom our gelatin. This is how I use my gelatin. Cold water, malamig na yung pandan water natin. And then I just sprinkle gently. Iniintay ko mag-absorb ng water yung granules before I add another layer. Just because I want this to bloom fast. So while waiting for this to bloom, ang mangyayari, I'm going to whip my cream and sweeten it with some condensed milk mixed in with some pandan flavor. Para lang mas ma-enhance pa siya. But I'm not gonna use a lot. This is around 1/4, 1/2 teaspoon. For anything, mix lang natin. Bibigay rin ng onting color to. Okay, sobrang intense ng pagka-green niya. But Now it's time to make our pandan mousse. First thing is to whip our cream. Magme-mixer na lang ako. It might take me too long. Okay. Yan. So we just want it to be double in volume. Being careful not to over-whip. So pag na-over-whip to, magse-separate yung curd with the whey. Actually, that's how they make butter. So while that's mixing, meron akong warm water dito. Nag-double broiler lang ako. Tapos minelt ko yung bloomed gelatin. Here. So it's all clear and thin. Okay? Ito yung mag-a-assist sa mousse natin mag-solidify later. Yan. So nagsaseka na siya. So I'll slowly add my condensed milk with pandan flavor. Okay, so this is good enough. See? Naglighten naman yung color niya. Hindi siya masyadong mutant-ish. Now it has like that pandan color that I want. Right, so I'm gonna mix in my gelatin. And here. We are supposed to put this in the fridge, let it set for an hour. Not gonna do that. 30 minutes is good enough for me. So now, at least, we were able to make a kind of unique pie out of buko pandan and buko and pandan. A few spiky. Lagay lang natin sa fridge. 1 hour or overnight. Overnight is advisable. But I'm gonna test it if 30 minutes is fine. So, be back. So our pie is all set, ready to unmold. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna turn it over. You have to be careful since the crust is a bit brittle. Yep. Carefully remove this. Thankfully, it's still solid. Right, let's see if I can work my magic. There you go. That was hard. Right, so I made the mistake of not letting it set a while ago. And this is what happened. This is what it got me. So let's just slice that up. Personally, gusto ko yung color niya, although medyo mint-ish. This is the layer of your regular buko pie. And because we cut it into chunks and not in strips, you can still feel it, you can still see it. And then I topped it with the Pandan Mousse for the sake of texture. And I really love mousse because it's super close to ice cream. That's just me. In one scoop, and then one big bite. Okay, kahit pinahirapan ko yung mga teammates ko dito, yung mga camera ops natin, director, producer. Sobrang tagal lang inintay namin today. Hopefully, mabawi ko to sa kanila when they taste it because it's really good. Rare moments that I'm proud of myself. So, one more bite before I go. We are gonna post the recipe, hopefully in the description below or the website or Facebook or somewhere because I really want you guys to try this out yourselves. It's really good. It's super different from the usual Buko Pandan and also different from the regular Buko Pie. Martin, this has been Martin. This is Martin and this has been Mashups. Hope you guys join me again next time and watch out for new episodes of other feature things. Feature channels? Feature segments. There. Bye.